And finally, we'll find out tomorrow who's nominated for what in the Oscars. The film 12 Years a Slave is expected to be right up there with its real-life story of one man forced into slavery in 19th century America. The film has been praised for reminding modern America of the great injustices of its past, though it took a British director to do it. As Robert Moore reports now from the film location in Louisiana.
If only these trees could talk.
Long before slavery became a theme for Hollywood with its picture-perfect plantation homes, Kathy Hambrook spent lonely years trying to preserve the story of Louisiana's slaves. It was and it remains a difficult campaign. African Americans found the era too painful to explore, and for whites, it was often too awkward.
There is a lot of denial here in America. America is still embarrassed by that history. It is America's last taboo.
But that may be changing. Now there is a yearning to know not just about the homes of the slave owners, but of the cabins beyond, the story of the millions who toiled and suffered in the fields. A theme that Hollywood directors have so recently embraced.
I will not fall into despair. I will offer up my talents to Master Ford. I will keep myself hardy till freedom is opportune.
The actors, the producers, the cameras have long ago left the set here. But the question remains, has Hollywood helped to reignite a searing, painful, much-needed discussion about the legacy of slavery? Plantation owners and local historians alike agree the issue has been avoided for too long by too many.
Until a few years ago, Deborah Mayhew would give tours of her plantation without even mentioning the word slave.
We kind of skirted around the issue when guests would come and they would ask something, and we weren't really telling the story of slavery then. Today, with the movies that are being filmed and everyone talking about slavery, it's easier.
But across the Deep South, the graves of former slaves are either unmarked or neglected. Murtis Johnson is trying to change that, saying America owes a debt to those it treated so terribly.
It's a dark spot on American history, there's no doubt. And anything that's dark, we fear darkness. We don't want to talk about it.
But one descendant of a slave, now a prominent politician, says African Americans must look forward, not back.
You can see on my face that I'm a son of Africa. To spend much time reflecting on it or talking about it is not my issue.
Why?
Because the issues of today and the issues of tomorrow are so much more important than the issues of history.
But for Kathy Hambrook, America must reflect on the sins of the slave era to repay a nation's debt to those it abused.
I don't know how that debt could ever be paid, but I think that we absolutely must do a better job of telling their story.
Helped by Hollywood and by local historians, the story of those who were enslaved on this land is slowly re-emerging. Robert Moore, ITV News, in southern Louisiana.
And of course, all eyes on those Oscar nominations, and we'll be reporting them in full tomorrow night.
Great film, saw it last week.
And that is tonight's ITV News.
The national weather is next.